Thomas.
Kyle Thomas.
Where's my microphone?
Oh, for the love of
All right,
Look how organized this is, Kyle.
Mr. Butcher
This is not coming off as a professional radio show at all, is it?
Dang.
Kyle
man,
is the lead singer of Exhorder. Way back in the...
Okay.
You've heard of
All
Exhorder.
right, yeah. I've already heard.
Right.
You sent me them emails. Yeah, I already heard you guys' stuff. Okay.
Now, tell us what you're working on now. The Pits and the Preps.
Pits versus Preps.
Pits
That's
versus-
my latest project. It's actually kind of a throwback to old school metal, kind of the new wave of British heavy metal type of sound. Except, of course, we're putting our own spin on it, and it's, I guess, for sake of comparison, it's along the lines of very old Judas Priest and Iron Maiden. So, for all the people who are tired of hearing the same old cookie cutter type of metal that comes out today, no offense, you know.
Right.
I mean, of course, there's some good metal out there now. There just seems to be a lot of clone type bands, and we're just kind of glad to put an old approach that's kind of fresh again.
Yeah, you guys are recording right now?
Actually, we finished recording. We mixed it. We're not 100% happy with the mixes, so we're going to remix it. And really, it's all been done on our own home studio. Basically, it's nice to not have to look at your watch worrying about studio time, take after take till you get what you're looking for.
That's the beauty of this digital world that's come around,
Absolutely.
isn't it? It's made home studios is getting the quality. In fact, the band that was in before had played in here and said, we paid for a studio and didn't get a quality that we just got off of this.
True.
Damn
It's
it!
true. I mean,
it's like,
the first Exhorder album was recorded in 1989 on a $5,000 budget on analog, and there's 10 guys at the mixing board, with toes on faders, trying to, and then at the, 3 seconds before the song's over, somebody screws up, you got to do it again.
Right.
In this day and age, it's cut and paste, and
yep,
off you go.
It makes home studios a kind of it makes starting a band and getting things done without a budget, without having to try and, because you gotta make money along the way, and so it's like
albums. I mean, demos we're cutting now are smoking the albums that we recorded 15 years ago. It's
right.
and it's for a lot less money, and
a lot of times doing it yourself too. You're
Sure.
talking about too. You're doing it yourself. You keep that creative control, whereas
no doubt.
You can go back through it many times as you want to on your own. And there's so many things like virtual tracks and all that stuff where you got so many options.
Sure.
It makes it a whole different world.
Oh, it's fantastic. The best sounding album I've recorded, we haven't even mentioned. I was in a band called Jones's Lounge for a while. My brother, Kevin from Floodgate, also played in that. And Tommy Buckley from Soylent Green and Crowbar, he played drums in that band.
Right.
The actual drum tracks were recorded by Jim Bauer from Down, I Hate God.
Right.
Jim and I were in our first two bands together. And
Oh, dig that.
Old friends. But it was actually mixed at and produced by Dave Fortman. He produced the Evanescence CD, the one that
cool.
went
The
so
big
big
one
for
that
him.
just came
Yeah,
out.
Bring Me to Life.
Yeah.
And I mean, he the guy who started Jones's Lounge, Dax Thieler, he went in there with Jim and they recorded all the music, and Dax brought it to me and said, "Man, help my songs become songs," And
Right.
so it was perfect for me at the time because I was, a few years removed from the Floodgate thing. I had a bad taste in my mouth. All my years in the industry I felt had gone down the drain, and he pulled me out of a dark point in my life where I wasn't playing anything, and that actually sounds better than any other recording I've ever. The Floodgate album cost $60,000 plus, and this thing.
We got a sample of that we can play for the listeners.
Jones's
we do.
Lounge.
We do. Because this is live on tape, we will. We'll here you go. Listen to this. Give a listen. Here it is. Some Jones's Lounge right here.
I wish you were.
go. That's the whole album.
Boom.
Hey, we're back. What'd you think, huh? How about you?
Damn.
Jones's Lounge, huh? Gosh damn me. So I didn't even know there was that many projects. You're the freak here.
Shoot, actually Steve and I have a Black Sabbath tribute band that we do called Black Earth. He plays guitar. Obviously, with Steve on guitar, no one else needs to be around. He's fantastic, phenomenal. And his brother Craig, that plays in Black Label Society, he played with us. My brother from Floodgate played bass.
No, wait, I didn't know that Steve was Craig's brother.
Yes,
I did
their
not
brother.
know that.
Yeah, weird incestuous
everybody
family
in
thing,
New
you know?
Orleans is related somehow.
Apparently, right.
A lot of inbreeding.
Right. Well, it's all the vampires and whatnot.
Sure.
Everybody's sucking on everybody. Come on. He wants to touch it.
Uncle Daddy.
No, let me get some Cajun. So that's cool, man. You guys are all the whole connection. It's all just came to me. So we have Kyle and Steve Blaze, who we just had in from Lillian Axe, and their other brother is Craig Nudemacher from
Black Label Society.
Good Lord.
Do the math, carry the two.
Look at here, we're on it. This show's hip, man. We got all the cats, man. This is actually a hip show.
Man.
Cool, man. Also, I wanted to mention to you guys, here's another thing cooking and another iron in my fire.
Yeah.
I got a call from my former A&R guy from Roadrunner, Monty Connor, the other day, and I don't know if you're familiar with the Probot album that Dave Grohl did, where he had all these heavy metal bands come in. It was like a weird it was basically Dave's avenue to show what a fan of metal he is, and he had Lemmy from Motorhead, he had Cronus from Venom, and Mike Dean from Corrosion of Conformity. All these different people come in and participate on his album. Well, Roadrunner's doing something similar to that. They're doing and Roadrunner All-Stars, veterans of the label, former stars and the new stars. And basically there's 4 different guys. I believe Rob Flynn from Machine Head's one of the chief writers. And the drummer from Slipknot, his name slips me right now, no pun intended.
Right.
I think it's Jortson's his last name, I think.
Yeah, and I can't remember his name either, darn it.
But anyway, I should know this because he asked Monty to invite me to sing on one of the tracks that they're doing for the album. So I'm, obviously honored to even be considered. And I understand the Slipknot guys are tremendous Exhorder fans. So
that's awesome. I didn't know that.
it's a great way for me to get back on the map. And I told him, tell him to give me a call whenever. He said, "Oh, I'm sure he will. He's a big fan of yours." So it's like, well, it's nice to know that all these guys that are succeeding, I've influenced. I'm ready for my money now.
Right. Nice to be an influence, darn it.
Where's the money?
Show me the money.
Unless somebody comes to me with a huge deal, which is highly unlikely, I'm here and this is what I'm doing. But I'll still do it for fun. And the few years I've spent not doing it were, like I said, dark years. And thankfully, Dax Steeler pulled me out of that. And here I am. I'm still rolling. Here I am. I'm still rolling.